Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mellionaire House. In today's video, I'm sharing my top tips on how to create great shelf arrangement. I'm sharing a client's home and I'm only using items that they already had available. This was a really fun project and I hope you guys get some great ideas. Hey you guys, and welcome back to the channel. I figured I'd change things up today and share with you some styling tips on how to style a built-in or bookshelves using a client who just recently did some beautiful custom built-ins, but they're having a little trouble with styling them. So I'm going to show you the methods that I use. I hope you enjoy this video. As a home stager and redesigner, one of the biggest challenges that I face are restrictions that people don't normally think about. Sometimes there are budget restrictions, sometimes there are item restrictions, and so we have to try to make it work with what we have. So I thought this video would be great to share with you guys today because that's what I'm going to do. The homeowner went out and purchased some random items for their new built-ins. They love the color blue, they love owls, and they love elephants, and they needed for me to help them pull it all together. So the first thing I normally do when I'm staging or redesigning any shelf or built-in is to take everything off and start with a clean slate. One of my restrictions in this project was the limited amount of decor items that I had to use. So the homeowner gave me permission to shop their house, so I grabbed some books and I grabbed some basic printer paper and recovered the books with that so that the backs were all the same color. Next, to start styling the space, I like to start with the biggest items first and then work my way down in size. So I pull out all the large items to start playing around with where they will be placed. And it's okay to try some things and then retry some things, but the idea is to kind of anchor some spots. So that's what I'm doing here. Tip number 2 when I'm styling the large items is to try not to create a zigzag pattern. You want to try to make it look as random as possible, but still feel balanced on both sides of the built-in. Once I think I have all my large items in place, and I say think because I typically will move them around again, I start to bring in the medium-sized items. And what I'm also trying to do is map out the color blue throughout the shelves. They like blue, so I try to string it along from top to bottom and then from side to side. Normally I try to stay away from using picture frames to style the home, but again, I had limited resources to use, so it's okay to be creative. You just don't want to overdo it with the frames, and you don't have to put in family pictures necessarily. The one big thing that was missing in their original design was some greenery, so I just went around the house and pulled a few green pieces to soften all the hardscaping they had going on here. You see that metal oblong bowl in the top right shelf? At the beginning of this video, the homeowner had some teal glass balls in there that I just couldn't make work, so I opted to leave that empty and they can fill it in with something green later on. I pulled the blues over to the other side of the built-in, which is their dry bar area, and I just went outside and clipped some of their shrubs and added those to soften that space, and then filled the rest in with some bar items that I thought they'd be able to use. The center console is just perfect for one of those oblong clay bowls, so I'm actually going to shop for one of those for them as a gift, but for now, picture frames to fill in the space. So here's another quick look at the before. After, using only the items they had available already. So today we talked about item placement order, we talked about creating scale and balance with placement patterns, and we talked about color mapping. What was your favorite tip? If you're playing in the Almost to 25K giveaway, please write your answer in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching. I'm wishing you very much love and peace.